and welcome back. I just want to see what energy we're all in. Remember, with these readings, it is energy, and though things can seem personal, you come to realise that they're not personal. They still hurt like personal for a long time, but they're not personal. So, what energy is everyone? I've been woken up at the crack of dawn to give you a message. To be a firefly. Oh, again. Right. I have seen this morning. What do you want me to firefly about? That's for me and yous, right? Yeah. I know what it means to me. That's what I mean. I know what it means to me. You know what this means to you. You know what it is that you firefly about, don't you? This is what they do with me. They give me messages and then they totally throw me into somewhere else. So, you know this place, you know this feeling, right? And the energy, it is about energy. The energy at the moment is really strong. It's got you might be feeling it. It's got a feeling of creativity and a playfulness. Do you know what I mean? It's got that about it, and it goes in a cycle, right? This energy. Let's see what it wants me. Masculine. This is a masculine energy coming in here today, right? To this firefly. This masculine energy is coming in with a message. He is respected. He's successful. He's a king. He's got 2 sons on him. Look, 2 sons, whatever that means. So this firefly energy, right? Yeah, okay, right, I've got it. Because this is about ambitions, rivals, and your ego. I've already seen the hyena today. Oh, there's vultures now going to be picking over your stuff because you're a busy little bee and you like an eagle. So, right, so this firefly energy is talking about the cycles that we go in, right? I can explain this in a God help you, but I can explain this in like numbers, right? So we'll go like with days. So what happens, like I'm totally different from yesterday. So we're all different each day. But this today is where you've woke up, right? And you're all brand new, right? So you have these 2 days now where you're all brand new. You're all shiny and you wonder what even was all the fuss? What was our fussing over? I mean, the whole world is just falling around you, right? Everything's just falling behind. It's just leaving loads of stuff. You're just shedding it all. And how ungrateful am I for that? And these 2 days now is, well, most are, but these 2 days where you're like a bit crystal clear is where you will get signs and messages and things happen to you. It'll give you glimpses, right? It give you glimpses of what's to come. But if you don't take no notice of these glimpses, because that's the like a firefly like that, yeah, the cards are keeping me right. The like a firefly like that, they're just glimpses. And so it's a bit of like, it's preparing you. It's preparing you, right? And so if in these 2 days, say, you you don't you're not alert, you're not, you're not connecting at all, you're being lazy basically. If you don't like tap in, right, these things they come, right, and they smash right into you like lightning, like that, right? They smash your ego up, yeah. The rivals love it. They smash your ambition up, right? These things can smash all that, but they can also smash it in another way. So that comes a bit later. So what happens after these 2 days of all this feeling in a peace, and you're gonna and you get to where the next 2 days, and with this, in these days, right, comes victory. Now, it depends what slams into you, what you consider it good or bad, right? It determines whether you're going to spend these next 2 days crying with sadness or with joy. So, most of them are bittersweet. Exciting times coming, possibly. Rapid forward moving for you. Might be with this King of Wands. It's coming. It's coming. The Three of Cups. Support. Common goal. This is for the Firefly, right? This is what's coming in for you. Something with a common goal. So while you're doing this, right, you're now you're in a place of what these victories mean to you, right? Will you sadness or joy? They are bittersweet, and there's many of them, right? I mean, I cried with joy when I saw, and I'm telling you, this is the truth, I saw Mary Magdalene, right, with not just one baby, right, but with two. And get this, she had twins. One was black and one was white. And she was broken hearted over Jesus, right? And she was fleeing. I think she was in a boat, it looked like, over water. And she was fleeing with her babies, but she was pointing north, or it looked like off-world, I think. And basically what I was seeing was that these twins, their souls were protected by angels somewhere, and they've been taught to be warriors. Trust, loyalty and love is coming from this King of Wands. So, because of that, hang on, the cards are just doing their own story. Where were we? This King of Wands, because you get new opportunities because of this passionate King of Wands coming in to this Queen of Cups, right? Who is just oozing all rebirth, all maternal, all growing, all sprouting, just everything. She's fireflying it out. That's what you're doing when you're fireflying, right? So when you are fireflying, you need to be mostly in the love, right? It's got to come from like a loving, giving place. That's what that's saying as well. Because in this time, what did I say? Oh, Mary Magdalene, right? Oh yeah, get this. Jesus was black and Magdalene was white. So, I keep saying this about this all of the time. You can cut the crap out about colour. It's ridiculous because we're all from different races of world beings, right? We like the same building blocks. We have the same foundation, and then we have bits of each one of them different races in us. That's why. So that, get over that. Just live with it. It's ridiculous. Everything's too far. The Emperor is, I think the King of Wands is this Emperor. Yeah, that's confirmation. This King of Wands is that Emperor. I didn't put Do Not Disturb. Do not put do not disturb to an emperor. Right? So, I mean, this wasn't a dream what I'm telling you about, you know. I actually saw it. I can actually show you where I saw it. It wasn't a dream. So what else could I do but cry about that? If you see things like this, it'll make you cry with joy, with all different emotions. Because especially at this point, because you're now going in, you're into your 4th day. When you were doing this lovely cycle, and then you get into the victory and the cry in 2 days, you know, of whatever, of things feeling jumbled up and everything, and things coming at you like lightning because you're not taking no notice of what's going on around you. And you because you've had no sleep. This is the 4th day, right? Of now you're in after all this. You're in the 4th day of no sleep hardly, right? No wonder that you're seeing things and crying. I mean, you think to yourself, how am I even surviving? Because sometimes you forget about food. Somebody has to bring you something to eat. Somebody has to bring you something to eat. And in these 4 days of war, peace, and victory, right? The snatches of sleep that you get, yeah, hold your ground. Whoever you are, right? Hold your ground, whatever you're doing. Just hold it. That's telling me as well. I get that sometimes when I'm going a bit off. Incoming, look at the fish. You see, incoming to the Queen of Cups, right? So it's a mixture of things, but you'll get to where you can handle them. So, where were we? In these, oh yeah, this is 4 days, right, where you hardly have any sleep, right? So this is the cycle, and the snatches of sleep that you do get, they interrupt them. This is why, right, you'll see in a minute. They interrupt this dreamy world, and they wake you up with just the tail end of a dream. Do you know what I mean? And you can have many of these in one night, and it's just the tail end of a dream, and you try to catch it, and then you get in absolutely awe in what you've just seen. Never, when you come out of a dream, never pick your phone up, never do now, just lay and just catch on to it. And you're in awe of what you're seeing. And you know, absolutely, you know fine well the message that, oh, sorry, the camera went off because I missed something. I think it's because of this. Do you see this incoming to the Queen, right? All these different choices or whatever. It's because she's carried these burdens, yeah? She understands what they represent to her. Do you know what I mean? And while all this outside things goes on like lightning, right? What she does is she's under there. She is protected like this squirrel who's planting all the seeds. Do you see what I mean? It's not Japanese still, is it? Come on, catch up with me. You'll get used to me. So, where was I? We do Mary Magdalene. Cart me off. I'm not bothered. Oh, right. So, the message, that's where I was, wasn't I? The message that I have to sleep with a pen in my hands, basically, because it doesn't matter how many times I say to myself, right, I will remember that. Obviously, it's so, it's so massive. It's gobsmacking me, and you don't. So, you also learn in this period of 4 days things like how to tie your dressing gown in front. You don't latch it round the back, you do it at the front. There's videos on it, and it's absolutely amazing. It stays shut, and that stops me from falling up the stairs when it comes undone, falling up the stairs and smashing my bridge in. And this is what happens in this time frame here. This is what happens, them type of things. Because you're smashing bridges, and once you start smashing these bridges, right? Once you're going over them, and they disappear behind you, and there's no going back, and you don't want to neither. So what happens then is you collapse. After that cycle, right, you'll get to know this cycle for yourself. Everyone's is different. But after that cycle, you collapse. And it hasn't got a number on it how long you're given to rejuvenate and everything. It hasn't got a number on it really, but you can't be lazy. That's the thing. You can't be lazy because it's getting shorter and shorter in between these rests now. You may be feeling that it's getting, it's shorter in between things coming in to trigger you in one way or the other. You know what I mean? Unto the unknown. That's where she's going. You're having a transition. You are the Queen of Cups in Firefly energy, having a transition. And so is this King of Wands, right? He is in transition to the Emperor. This is the one that's coming up in, and it's for a common goal, right? You just have to have trust and faith. And that's what happens to you, right? Into the unknown. You go in. You have to just go in it. And because in this place here, right, it's a place of it's knowing exactly what you can handle. Do you know what I mean? You know exactly what you can handle. You've got clarity because you're in this. You go back to this and begin this cycle again, right? Where you're the Firefly, where everything's coming in. Then 2 days of victory, blah blah, all mixes into one. This cycle, and you get recharged, and it's like for your inner healing, and you get shown basically how wrong you are, right? How wrong you are that you think that you know what you can handle. That's what it shows you, right? Because just before this collapse, right, which is the best sleep ever, right, you come to a place with this cycle that goes on, right, you come to a place that you're that tired, you like the deer, that's why they kept putting the deer in. You feel vulnerable, and you can even feel vulnerable to yourself, if you understand what I mean. But with it, you can get a feeling of gratitude, because you've been worn down in this this cycle here. You're worn right down to be forced to open your heart. Do you know what I mean? And it's you get a feeling of gratitude that builds. It's like a great big bonfire going off inside you. You can feel it fill you, right, with gratitude. And I mean, the other day, I felt it for something, and an advert come on, and this big voice, where I wasn't even watching that, I was writing, and I just said, thank you, God, for whatever it was, because you're going to thank him for loads. And the advert on the woman just said, you're welcome. And that happened to me twice in that night. I shit myself. But that's uncanny. That's what the exciting part is. So you get to where you're even grateful of what you're not getting. That's where you get to. The collective is the 9 of Cups. That's just the place. The majority of people now are at this 9 of Cups with your heart. Yeah? Because getting past this is where the promised land is, right? It's all your wishes granted. And everyone's, the majority now are getting things happening to them to open your heart. Are you with me, my Japanese? So, when you don't care, right, what you don't care what you're not getting because everything's going anyway. You have to start your foundation again. And when you get this type of feeling, right, that itches you. My eye's itchy, my right eye. When you get this open heart, dear, tenderness, gratitude feeling, right, this is where the sun comes in, right, and you can see. That's why you wake up after you collapse. That's why you wake up and it's a brand new day, because you feel more free. You know more of the truth. You feel like more that the universe is on your side because it's sending you signs that you're on the right path or not. Yeah, and yeah, you feel it that much that you feel like you've got the world. You feel like you've achieved something, even if you don't know what it is, right? When you give yourself time, when you just before, like when you wake up on that day where everything's clear, if you give yourself time just to look over just the recent past, yeah, you'll see what made you have these feelings, what made you see something, yeah, and and so you wake up, yeah. You wake up and you're all shiny and new from your rodeo. Because that's what it feels like, a rodeo. So that was all about the cycle, right? And you know there's things coming in. It's the King of Wands, it's the Emperor, and you've got loads of work squirreled away. Shit, you were the Queen of Cups. You had Firefly at the minute, or when you Firefly, this is what's going to come in for you, right? This is what's going to come in. Loads of stuff, right? Just have trust and faith. Be grateful, because everything you're not getting, right, it's not meant for you anyway. And it wouldn't last long. It wouldn't last long anyway if it's just like, if you haven't worked for it, basically. The 9's going to the 10. Some of you are shifting right now, today, right? Because of your hard work. And whoever this Queen of Cups is, and this Emperor, she's sharing her wealth. She'll give you it. And this is what brings the 6 of Cups. This is what brings in your true love, yeah? By being kind. Oh, and look at that. That's the, card. Oh, right, okay. This is the end of the message. Take what messages you think are for you, right? But this, look, it's a clean slate. There is a clean new slate to build your foundation on, right? That used to, right? And with more people coming in later. But you've got, God, look, the Chariot. That's it. This is a big journey you're on, you know. And you're in control. You're in control of this Chariot. You don't know it, but you are going to get to realise just how much you are in control of this Chariot. Amazing. What an amazing day. I wonder if I'm going to see Jesus again today. I'm always seeing him.